Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. We remind you that each stock within the Zacks Rank Buy universe is chosen based on how well it matches criteria comprising the four main investing styles: aggressive growth, growth in income, momentum, and value. Today, we're happy to talk about some aggressive growth stocks with our new aggressive growth stock analyst at Zacks.com, Bill Wilton. Bill, welcome to the club here, so to speak.
Thank you, Terry.
The club of stock profiling for our viewers. You're leading off the conversation today with Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, GMCR, the ticker symbol, traded on the NASDAQ. What makes this an aggressive growth stock?
Well, coffee is historically one of the most inelastic products out there, but what Green Mountain is really doing right now is finding a way to capture new sales in a tough economy. They focus a lot on home-brewed products through their Keurig single-serving products. Mm-hmm. They've also announced a acquisition of Seattle-based Tully's coffee company. They're going to be acquiring their wholesale and supply chain, which gives them a great presence on the West Coast, and also their brand name, which is great for a predominantly East Coast firm. So it gives them a lot more exposure. That seems to have worked out for them so far? Excellent, yeah.
All right, then on September the 17th, you wrote about Buffalo Wild Wings, BWLD, the ticker symbol, another stock that's been climbing steadily amid strong demand. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the interesting thing about this is a lot of people think that in tough times, a lot of the restaurants are going to be taking a hit. But Buffalo Wild Wings has actually experienced lower than expected costs on one of their primary cost centers, which would be chicken wings, as you can imagine. They're paying about a nickel less than they and analysts had expected. Their same-store sales are up almost 30% in their company-owned stores. And they've just announced their third consecutive earnings surprise, about a 41% surprise toward the end of July last year. Mm-hmm. Also, again, in a tough economy, it's important to get people through the doors, and they do a good job of offering specials on those weeknights that most families are going to be staying home, but they're able to bring them in with attractive deals.
Right, and not have had to, as you point out, raise the price of their food that they offer
Correct.
Too much, as other restaurants have had to.
Yeah, especially coming into the fourth quarter, which is typically the most expensive time for food costs. They're still coming in a little bit under what they expected, so that's definitely a good sign for earnings.
Good deal. On September the 16th, you wrote about Delta Airlines, DAL, the ticker symbol, on the verge of kind of a lucrative merger with Northwest, you tell us, huh?
Correct, yeah. They've just gotten a thumbs up from all four proxy advisory firms that this would be a very good deal for both airlines. It's a $17 billion all-stock transaction, and it is going to give Delta the most international coverage of any U.S. carrier. Also, in light of recent events, with oil coming back down below $100, the airlines are starting to see a bit of life breathed back into them as people are paying a bit more attention. So their current 3 to 5 year growth rate is up toward 46%, which is going to be very good for them, especially if this deal ends up going through, which all signs are pointing to a yes as it goes into a stockholders meeting. I believe that's September 25th. They're going to be voting on that.
Especially at a time when fuel costs may be moderating here a little
Definitely.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally on September the 12th, you wrote about URS Corporation, URS the ticker symbol. What does this company do?
They actually do a wide variety of technical services, which is one of the reasons that I like them. They don't have too much of exposure to any particular area. They do everything from engineering services for harbors and roads to risk management for weapons military systems. So they've got quite an array of revenue sources. And in fact, their quarterly revenue just doubled year over year. It's now $2.5 billion. They've also entered into two $600 million contracts recently with Wisconsin Energy and the Tennessee Valley Authority. They're going to be updating the environmental aspects of a few power plants, and the Tennessee Valley Authority is also earmarked up to $3.7 billion for that project, which could keep URS busy for up to 10 years.
Is that business diversification part of what puts them in the aggressive growth category, just because they have a diverse range of services and businesses?
It definitely helps them out. Being aggressive is very important. They're in a very good field for that. But also the diversification, just, it helps with risk management, which is important no matter what type of style of investing you're doing, be it aggressive growth, momentum. Diversification will never hurt you.
All right. Do you or does anyone in your household own any of these stocks that we've talked about?
Nope.
All right, Bill. Earnings estimate revisions are the most powerful force impacting stock prices, and the Zacks rank takes advantage of changes in those estimates to help investors become more profitable. Now, each day on Zacks.com, Zacks rank buy stocks for these various investment strategies are spotlighted, just like the aggressive growth stocks that we've talked here today with Bill about. And you can read about these stocks that Bill has written about online by linking to them off of our homepage at Zacks.com. You can also learn about the entire Zacks rank buy concept by going to Zacks.com/rank. With Bill Wilton, I'm Terry Ruffalo.